For too long, schools have been about boundaries, the limits of a class period, the confines of the school's property. Imagine if we broke the confines of space and time. At our school, students will be freed. They'll have the time to engage in real-world experiential learning. They'll engage in their community and be steeped in the values and traditions of Seminole culture. They'll learn while they solve real problems. Technology will set them free to roam the world. Imagine working in real time with scientists underwater studying coral reefs at Aquarius Reef Base, or discussing art and culture with experts at the Louvre. This school will not only be a transformational beacon for tribal schools, where students rooted in local community and culture will be inspired and engaged globally, but for schools around the world.
Imagine if a high school artist can take the art-making process and the language of beauty out of the studio and into a troubled world desperately in need of art's transformational power. Imagine if a student can create a series of artwork that can bridge the gap in race relations. Imagine as a student if I can develop a new medium of creating and developing art, or create the design of the new product that will sweep the country. There are infinite possibilities all around me as I imagine a school that has been transformed.
With the XQ project, students no longer have to imagine as their world of education will be renovated. Having a classroom without walls and a schedule with no bells would make each day begin differently. To meet the requirements of their standard program, they would begin their core learning days engaged in instruction. As their teachers are rethinking education, their instruction would be stimulating, multifaceted, and would involve creative uses of technology. In a flexible learning environment, students are free to take ownership of their learning experiences. The teacher would serve as a facilitator and a resource. Their classroom would extend well beyond the classroom doors, as some days they would venture into spaces where their enhanced learning would continue. On this trip, they journey to the Seminole tribe of Florida Atathiki Museum on the Big Cypress Reservation. As seniors, their course of study would include an internship to broaden their skills on art, entrepreneurial, and the cultural aspect of their craft. There are an infinite array of non-traditional teachers. The curators and research coordinators at the museum provide individual and group instruction and serve as a resource. Here they are working on Adobe Illustrator to continue work on a project on Seminole Story Days. This exhibit and community presentation on the struggle for survival and the Buckskin Declaration will include oral history, posters, and flyers. Community experts help in their learning process. Imagine how students will acquire the skills while in high school to create a marketing campaign, decide the who, what, where, and why as they increase patronage and knowledge to benefit their community.
Imagine.
In addition to college preparation, my high school plan will include art courses, business courses, and opportunities for connections to artists and art students in other countries. My intern opportunities will not only allow me to improve my art acumen, but will teach me valuable entrepreneurial skills that will provide opportunities for me to explore my dual enrollment classes in art.
Today, students are traveling to FIU to participate in their dual enrollment classes in art. The FIU MakerBot Laboratory will allow them to create 3D models, collaborate with others, initiate and participate in workshops and seminars, and launch ideas that will change the world. Art abounds beyond our walls and is an extension of traditional learning in the classroom. Here they are showcasing art created by Afachki students. Imagine that the rendition cultivated by these young artists will catapult them to the success shared by their muse, Vincent van Gogh, with his masterpiece, Sunflowers. Whether we are studying the history of Guy Labrie and Seminole member Betty Mae Jumper, or reviewing their artwork in the vast repertoire in the museum vault, the art education and entrepreneurial guidance they receive will provide them with the skills they need to stimulate their communities. These students are very proud of the artistic and community contributions of Betty Mae Jumper. She was the first woman elected as chairman of a federally recognized Native American tribe. She was also known as a great storyteller as depicted in an illustrated book of her legends. The illustrations were done by Guy Labrie. The originals are framed and hanging in the curatorial vault. Students can look at this book, see how Seminole tradition has been interpreted by an artist. Then they can have a look at the originals and evaluate the medium the artist uses. Try to understand how that medium is the best choice for the feeling Labrie is trying to evoke. Students can decide whether he was successful and if the paintings help convey what Betty Mae Jumper was trying to teach with her stories. Betty Mae Jumper was an important member of the Seminole tribe of Florida, and Guy Labrie, a respected painter of Seminole tradition and culture. This book, in conjunction with the accompanying artwork, successfully combines the modern and the traditional and stands as a good representation of the tribe itself today.
Imagine.
Imagine if I can create the machine that can perform a medical procedure or surgery from another time zone. Working collaboratively and in groups is essential to our learning process. This allows us to share experiences and knowledge and to create a viable solution to a challenge that is facing our community.
Whether it is addressing the challenge of developing a new smartphone application to resolve the cataloging of livestock in the agricultural department, or conquering the growing concern of water levels at several reservations that causes flooding, students will explore multiple methodologies to learning. Here comes the bus. They are off to the Florida International University Herbert Wertheim College of Medicine Simulation Lab to explore mentorship, opportunities, and expand their readiness for excellence. Their non-traditional teachers are an integral part of their learning process. Their teacher can be as infinite as the possibilities they can share with them. The community members, tribal leaders, Seminole Tribe of Florida vendors and staff, and a wide array of others share their knowledge, wisdom, and expertise with the students to broaden their perspective on various subjects. Not only do they support their learning initiatives, but also they are stakeholders in our educational process.
Imagine if I can revolutionize the way crops are cultivating to increase productivity and decrease manpower hours, or if I could identify a safe way to produce healthy cattle without the need to inject hormones that is safe for consumption. If as a high school student I could create a way to turn barren soil into fertile ground and help those in areas where they are unable to grow crops, I could solve world hunger.
At FIU, with the XQ project, students could develop ways to not only help their community, but Native American tribes and other communities worldwide. Their pathway will allow them to take courses in agriculture, science, farming, food systems, and production, and continue their educational process with real-world experience in the various aspects of cattle and agriculture. They will develop leadership skills through hand-on experiences, internships, study abroad opportunities, both in person and through technology, and will be able to train in areas such as business, trade, farming, and irrigation. They will collaborate with other students in the Entrepreneurial Academy to design a business plan and marketing technique to enhance the agricultural business. The students' field experience, just steps beyond their classroom, will help them to cultivate multiple uses for lemongrass and the natural and medicinal plants and herbs that are indigenous to their culture. Connecting their garden experience with the FIU Agroecology Lab will widen students' experiences and create possibilities for them to learn and grow.
Imagine if I can create a device that would change the way we communicate. Or if as a school student I can create an object that will be used during hostile times that will eliminate the need to send soldiers into war areas. Or if I can create a new game system that sweeps the country and increase revenue for my community.
Students' high school pathway will enable them to engage in hands-on STEM activities and college preparation that will include intensive science, math, emerging technology, engineering courses, and robotics. In the FIU STEM Lab, they will learn in a state-of-the-art, groundbreaking facility and participate in collaborative group settings. On some days, they will explore their core subjects to meet state requirements and high school graduation at their home school. Some of their courses will be online, and they will participate in dual enrollment experiences. Students will receive intensive instruction and will conduct field experience research, participate in experiments, and work with traditional and non-traditional instructors. They will be able to access and analyze data and will use video conferencing to teleport them to various locations where they can discuss issues and propose vital STEM solutions. Their participation in the STEM Academy will allow them to collaborate regularly to brainstorm and research, design, build, test, and improve solutions to real-world and community issues.